Hello, welcome back to this channel. I'm so incredibly excited for today's informational plant tour. Now, lately it feels like we've really been going outside and really just basically dedicating all these videos towards the outside garden, which is really fun and a lot of stuff to talk about and outside. But I really do feel like lately there's been a lot of progress indoors too, and there's a lot of projects I really want to start very soon, hopefully in the next maybe 2 weeks. So before we do go and start really just talking, please subscribe, hit the notification on all so you not miss every video, and please like this video. Let's go and start today's super fun informational plant tour. Now, to be honest, if you guys have seen all my informational plant and garden tours, I feel like I usually start with the aquaponics, so I think I'm just going to save that for the finale of today's video. Now, as you guys know, I've been doing a lot of testing lately, and I have a big dream where I really want to start my own produce business in the next few years. And one of those plants I really want to focus on is going to be strawberries. Now, I don't know why I love strawberries so much, but just lately I've formed this huge habit of absolutely loving strawberries. I just really find it absolutely incredible how they grow, the structure of the plant, and really all the fascinating stuff that strawberries do to grow that beautiful strawberry that is just absolutely incredible and super tasty. So I'm really working on more efficient things for this new setup. So for this produce business, this setup is absolutely incredible. I'm not going to say I don't like the setup because I really do love it. But for a produce business and for selling locally and for the goal of trying to make and sell as much produce as possible, I really need a setup that helps a little bit and kind of helps grow for the demand. Meaning I'm gonna have to triple this setup. Now, the aquaponics will double in size. Very excited about that. While the shelving will come close to quadrupling in size. We're gonna add, now keep this in mind, that is 5 shelves right there. I'm hoping to fit about 14 shelves in here. Now, at the end of the day, once you think about it, that is going to come very close to blowing the fuse in the room. So I have to kind of find more efficient ways, from grow lights to fans to stuff that's a lot better and helps make the setup more efficient. So lately I've been working on the 2.0 setup. Now, a lot of stuff in here I'm about to show you guys isn't really the final design. It's kind of the 2.0 testing design, I guess. But here it is. It's doing very good. Now check out the shelf. This is the final shelf. I'm really hoping I can use this shelf in the next setup, and it's definitely much higher, so it gives a lot more opportunities. But you probably noticed I'm actually using a different grow light brand, and I really do feel like I really love the brand that makes these grow lights, because I will say, out of all the grow lights I've worked with, these are the most high quality grow lights I've ever worked with. And I really do feel like for the most efficient grow lights, these give that best option of what I'm looking for. Now, at the end of the day, I would love something that's a little bit more efficient, but at the end of the day, the grow light market and the indoor garden market is so small, it doesn't really give as many things as how many opportunities it will give in the next 10 or so years. So, this setup definitely has a lot more learning to do. Now, luckily, the company does make white pink lights, and these are actually purple pink lights. Not my favorite. They do hurt my eyes a little bit more. And I will say, I have read a lot of your comments lately, and a lot of you guys have actually recommended getting glasses and all sorts of stuff like that. I might consider something like that, but I've actually done a lot of research, and some of the stuff that these lights said usually happens, I'm starting to notice. With number one, it kind of helping the plants to almost reach for the light. Now, maybe it could be it's too far away, but I just don't really think it's that. Check out that. They are definitely reaching, and then let's walk in the other room. Those really, I guess they're both reaching, but I feel like the ones in the other room are reaching just a little bit more. And very excited about all of this. The soil is looking really good, and I'm very excited about everything that is happening with these. So we'll just see how fun this goes, and I'm really hoping I can slowly start testing. So my main goal is I can grow stuff like that. I want to have, just imagine this entire shelf looking like that. 4 pots, 4 rectangle pots on each shelf. Very excited about that, but I think this would give the most opportunities where the plants can grow their roots out as much as possible instead of just keeping them in like these types of pots. Also, it can help grow as much as possible. So I also want to grow like basil and oregano in these pots too. So this is going to be the main plan, and it's actually worked really well for me. Actually, check out those pots right there. Those pots have been doing really, really good, and they've been growing for months. So that is very, very exciting. I will have to come up with a little bit more of a stronger system, because since the pots are quite small, I will have to eventually start feeding them liquid nutrients instead of just kind of constantly transplanting them. And to be honest, transplanting will hurt the plants a little bit more and kind of slow them down from growing as much as possible. But other than that, that's definitely going to have a lot of work going on. And to be honest, very, very excited to really work with those plants a lot more. Now, I already showed it a second ago, but I'm growing oregano right here. I'm growing a lot of basil. Very excited about that. I meant to bring those flowers outside, but really they never did as good. And I just kind of decided, you know what? I don't really need to bring them outside. I'm also growing strawberries and bunching onions. Very, very excited for both of those. Turning around, I have, well, basically dried up sugar peas. So there's that. I'm also growing a dead rosemary plant over here. I have noticed that the tomato plants are starting to really shoot up a lot more. So I'm very, very excited about that. And that could be the chances of me giving them a lot more nutrients. And I do feel like ever since I gave the plants a lot more nutrients in it, they've really grown their leaves a lot darker. So very, very exciting stuff happening there. Also, check this out. Since I gave them nutrients, I've noticed that they're starting to flower. Check that out. There's even more trying to flower back there. So I'm very, very excited about that. And I'll probably give them even more nutrients later today, so I can help the plants as much as possible. But other than that, that will conclude this section. Turning around to one of my favorite things and one of the coolest things that's happening right now. Now, the water doesn't look amazing, but the goal of this was for it to be an ecosystem where the aqua life, all the fish in this, work together to create a beautiful ecosystem. So over time, I've added a lot more snails. I've added a lot more fish to clean the bottom of it, and all of that beautiful, beautiful stuff. But I'm very, very excited about all of this because, number one, I have noticed that there's a few baby, possibly guppies, swimming around in here. Now, I don't really know where they currently are, but they were there yesterday, and I did film them. I'm also noticing that there are eggs in here now, so check out the side there. You can kind of see there's eggs. Now, for some reason, the snail is kind of blocking it currently, so I can't really get the best view, but very, very cool. Lots and lots of snails now. Very, very, very excited about all of this and all the progress still in store for all this progress. Now, turning around to where we're going to be ending this video. Before we do in this video, let's go ahead and talk aquaponics really quickly. Now, I say this in basically every single informational plant tour, and I'm going to say it again. Aquaponics is a beautiful, beautiful setup. The way aquaponics work is you give clean water into the fish tank. The fish basically will use a restroom in the water, which is known as ammonia. All that wastewater ammonia goes into the biofilter. The biofilter kind of sorts out all those solids and then sends it back out. Filtered water, not clean, but filtered where there's no waste in it anymore. It goes all the way through, and keep this in mind, it is not known as ammonia anymore. It is now nitrate. Nitrate is absolutely incredible plant nutrients. So check this out. Just these plants have actually done so incredible. I'm so mind blown with how stuff is done lately. So I'm growing basil, and check this out. They're doing absolutely incredible. Super, super, super excited about this. I have noticed that the strawberries are starting to send out runners. So that is quite interesting. I do kind of need to clean up the strawberry plants a little bit more, but other than that, very, very excited for everything in store for these plants. The roots are looking very, very well also. So very, very exciting stuff happening there. Over here, I'm also growing cilantro and parsley. Both of those have really started to grow. So I'm very, very excited about that. Yeah, just check that out. That looks absolutely beautiful. The grand lettuce looks rough. And yeah, definitely looks rough. Ruby red lettuce is looking incredible. Oak leaf is looking really, really good too. Beautiful green color. Actually, those look like very, very beautiful heads of lettuce. Salad bowl mix and gourmet mix than buttercrunch and tango lettuce, and other than red ruby and oak leaf, stuff isn't really doing amazing. I have decided for this beautiful business I really want to start, I'll probably focus on those two things while I'm also growing a ton of salad and different herbs throughout this system too. So very, very excited about all of this. I am kind of still figuring out how and what I really want to grow throughout this system, because some stuff doesn't do as good as other stuff. So I really need to kind of find that perfect plant that really does thrive in the system. And to me, it looks like it's going to be a lot of stuff on the top row and a few different types of lettuce. Fish are also doing incredibly well, and I have noticed that the water pressure is starting to do very, very well too. Starting to slow down a little bit, but right now this is about perfectly where I want it to be at. So, other than that, sadly, this will be the end of the video. I really do want to honestly thank you all so incredibly much for watching today's video and supporting the channel. Before we do end this video, please subscribe, hit the bell notification on all so you not miss our video, and please like this video. Thank you all so incredibly much for watching today's video and supporting the channel. I'll see you guys tomorrow when we post next. Peace.